Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
Yeah. Founded by Madam Claudia. Madam Claudia is here becoming pregnant. That's right.
Thanks to all of you for joining us and I have been working for the past 6 years with Jovial, and we are caretaker. We are the one that's doing the cleaning all and things. Since Joseph Walker for the past 6 years, since Joseph Walker took over for the past 3 months, if it demanding us to come to work every day. For me, I pay $450 to where I need to come here and $450 to go back. Every day they will take listening from our carry. But I was surprised yesterday, the minister called and he want to have meeting with us. So we got there, Paulina came, and Paulina said there is no budget for us. She's not going to pay us, and she put it all down. Maybe when she get money the 15th or next month, she will pay us. But everybody that work on a job, we are government, she will put everybody down. That's what she did. So we got until we went to the mansion in group 730 person. Paulina, she said, Joe, we are put for follow down when you were working. So anybody that work on a job, we are with him. That job, we are put that she will put them down. Paulina cried to her. So therefore, she came and said, she's not working with us again, and she didn't pay us. So I saw that we work in this government for the past 6 years. And then for the 3 months that Joseph Walker got there, we've been working early in the morning, we come early in the evening and work. We have been working for the past 6 months. So they should get our pay so that we can go and sit down. And she left, so we should go and sit down and wait for the 15th. And I'm telling the Liberian government, I have been working for the past 6 years with Jovial, and we are caretaker. We are the one that's doing the cleaning all and things. Since Joseph Walker for the past 6 years, since Joseph Walker took over for the past 3 months, they be demanding us to come to work every day. For me, I pay $450 to where I live to come here and $450 to go back. Every day they will take listing for our carry. But so I was surprised yesterday, the minister called and he want to have meeting with us. So we got there, Paulina came, and Paulina said there is no budget for us. She's not going to pay us, and she put it all down. Maybe when she get money the 15th or next month, she will pay us. But everybody that work on a job, we are government, she will put everybody down, and that's what she did. So we got until we went to the mansion in group 730 person. Paulina, she said, Joe, we have put for follow down when you were working. So anybody that work on a job, we are with you. That job, we are put that she will put them down. Paulina cried to her. So therefore, she came and said, she's not working with us again, and she didn't pay us. So I saw that we work in this government for the past 6 years. And then for the 3 months that Joseph Walker got there, we've been working early in the morning, we come early in the morning and come work. We have been working for the past 6 months. So they should get our pay so that we can go and sit down. And she left, so we should go and sit down and wait for the 15th.
The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us.
I have been working for the past 6 years with Jovial, and we are caretaker. We are the one that can go and sit down. And she left, so we should go and sit down and wait for the 15th. And I'm telling the Liberian government, I'm telling Joseph Walker, I said Joseph Walker, and I'm always talking to the senator, representatives that we never hear with voted for. We are single mother. We support you. We voted for you in the house. You're sitting there. Paulina play with us. Paulina play with us. She will get it wrong for us. She will get it wrong. Paulina, the small child. She runs into her. She baby. Everyone take off anywhere. Pay us. We'll go and sit down. But you just come and tell all people that we're on your way government. Are we not Liberian? Are we not Liberian? That you taking bread from our table, taking food from our mouth because of Jovial? Please, our senator, you get back. Our senator in the house, you have been talk for us. You only you said you are going to talk for the women. That's what Paulina is doing to us. She's taking prayer from our mom. We will be marching at that group. We all will be going to the mansion in black. We will walk to the mansion and we'll point tire. And they will kill all the way they keep putting in yonder, they kill us. Because that's why they keep on the kill. They say they keep the rescue. But they never keep the rescue or they keep the kill us. We will march to the mansion, everybody going to wear black. Everybody that went with Minister of State that they put down, I've been in Yango saying they will wear fly. We'll go to the mansion, we'll put tire, we'll bring it, we'll go to the mansion. The liar, they get there, the information director, the information minister is a black liar. The people came to steal. He came outside when he saw us. He stood on his hair, your words are going to Polina, coming back. He never came back. He just left on the only thing they did, they called the police are shopping us all over the place. So if they will kill us, they must be ready to kill us. We can't like women. We work and we can't have a woman.
If I tell you things I did in Ghana before you were born, you will feel discouraged. You are the one that's feeding chicken here. But today I can't do it. I want to be honest with you people. I don't want to tell you people a fairy tale story that you're going and do something. I'm being honest with you people.
You said during the UFO days in Bonn, you were one person who used to steal chicken.
I'm proud of that too.
And today coming back to tell the Liberian people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position. Don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
And I knew want to go me, I will take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refound, not only by myself, but by God alone.
For being refound, don't you think you will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
remember. Let me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you a factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and to arraign me in Bagan.
Are you making this statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zogos?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there at younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
So I supported Joseph Waka, knowing that by 2023 you'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023 you'll be tired, you will have a good heart, good everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, then I died in paper. Every day I gotta buy paper. They remember who bought me paper before. I'm buying paper now because I'm rich. So I thought the owner could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you win, you run for one term. He said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
They come and say they kill the rescue of my men, they kill us slowly. There's some of us, we are 10 children, no husband. So even help us to sustain our children. Now on the side of sending, now Susu can help us to pay our rent, to pay our children's school fees. But they come here, people come here and they tell us that we should leave the south. And once at the whatever ever the sort of be careful, they want us, they people want to run into the channel. They don't put the effort to clear the cuckoo. Yeah, the central bank. Or in the car, the necklace, they're not in the question on the car. Yeah, all the different necklaces, they can occupy the car. They come in and sit down. But with the innocent people, when we know our job facility, our children all are high school, college, and the business between us, our children. Just a Paka Kilo care and a kilo rescue. When they say we should vote for our children's future, they don't want our children's future. They give the damage our children's future. If they love the citizen and they don't want riot, police or soldier, nobody can stop because I will get their people. None of the blood men, they're not supporting children with their mother, with their husband, with their everything. There's some of us we're not educated at the basement back in home. So when they temper around us, their body will move. Some of us will not afford our weapon. We're going to let us in there. Was when you come into town, we will blind your eye, we will pray for you, Baba, and sing and we will wrestle on you. Because man will fell with a cross saying, yeah, don't say I can rescue them on care or slow them. I get it there. So from security, they came out police, they came out, I was selling police, they came out care or awareness. In the rescue of my lady, king of care or slowly. There's someone on we are 10 children, no husband. So even help us to sustain our children. Now on the sound of sending that Susu can help us to pay our rent, to pay our
Of you, wherever you are, and for this, I want to say what a wonderful day that you had observed. And we are forever grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here together again to do what we normally would do for country. Especially no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. So we are forever grateful. And here we are. Welcome to the program Face the Issues. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities. Nope. But issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we will certainly tear you apart. And that tearing apart, it does not only confine, or it is not only confined to those who are politicians. We cut across. We cut across because every sector, this program is about everybody. So you get people from different backgrounds who are following these kind of programs. So we don't always confine it to specific kind of people. So we always do our best, and we are here. Let me say thanks to our team, our partners who have been working with us and making radio listening to go with something. So the radio entertainment, I want to say thanks to that team with its head branch in Kenya for the excellent partnership that we, amongst other radio stations, currently feel so proud of, because it's significantly affecting our audience, our listeners are benefiting from this catch giveaway in these times. Some of them, something good they've been doing with it. I want to say thanks to them. We started with 2005. We went up to 4,000, 5,000. Today we are discussing 10,000 and motorbikes. And we were also talking about 20,000 as well. So every time it's climbing, it's going up. So we say congratulations to the winner of the first motorbike, especially coded with freedom and radio entertainment, and you're going to be applying it. And guess what? It is a motorbike rider, a motorcycle rider, who really won that today. So the presentation was done today, but the winning was done at night. So on Wednesdays, that's what it would look like. So you start playing from in the morning hours to the wee time, pass by my own time, and whatever it is, you go on. That's how it's going to work for you. And in the end, if they didn't call you for the 10,000, meaning you are still in contention for the motorbikes. That's how it works. But it's going to be twice a month something. So it's like not this coming Wednesday. So the 10,000 will continue from this Wednesday. So it's twice a month so far. Twice a month so far, not every Wednesday from what we understood from the partners. So I want to say thanks to them for that partnership that putting smiles on the faces of our people. And we are happy that that is working for all of us. So we are forever grateful. A lot of things are happening. Let me just do some house cleansing quickly before we can go on to what we'll be talking about here. Later on, at about 9:15 or so forth, I will try to place a call to the Secretary General of the CDC, Jefferson Tamakoji, who will elaborate on a couple of issues. Remember the last time the party had said that it was going to meet with the party legislative caucus in the wake of dissatisfaction from partisans of the CDC in the form and manner in which they are proceeding. and where they are accusing some of them of already backsliding and by their conducts. So I think there was a meeting held with the president, the former president of the Republic of Liberia, who's a political leader of the CDC. So that meeting, what was the outcome? So we'll try to ask him that question as well. And a couple of issues. He had a press conference today. He did condemn the form and manner in which A.B. Nkrumah was asked, not asked, but was touched. Let me just put it that way. Was touched alongside others. So Koji, surprisingly, he said that. And you know, the reason I'm saying surprisingly, at least expected a Koji to be the one speaking in defense of A.B. Nkrumah, looking at the proud history. For any reason, for any record that can still reflect the first time ever for Weah to get angry, it was during Eden's administration, and that anger bordered on when Koji was sent to jail. And 1 or 2 at a time was A.B. Nkrumah. That was when Weah outburst for the first time in all of his political stuff. His first outburst, it was because Koji went to jail. And that was when he knew how to brand A.B. Nkrumah as rebel, you know, in anger or so forth here and there. But again, we've gone years past that. And currently, as we speak, Koji spoke to some issues as Secretary General of the CDC. So we'll be hearing on all of those things as well, and we'll specifically be talking about it. He also said something about Grisby, the presidential and the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He said, who is it? Because Stanton Waterspoon, his entire team, he's not having his way out like he had initially thought he was going to be. So he's not having his way out. So he always wants for Bouaka to dictate to Bouaka to run the government the way Stanton wants it. So that dictatorial tendency apparently is being blocked by elements who are around Bouaka. And key amongst them is Grisby, whom Waterspoon, the rest of the other folks who feel entitled to the structuring of Bouaka's government because of the resources, according to them, that they think they pumped in. So all of that, he was able to address that as well. So we'll be speaking with Koji on that. And that will be at 9:15 after I've laid some premise on some things here. And we will try to get there. And we are forever grateful to the Almighty God that we are right here doing what we think we can do for our country. The President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, could be winding down his activities in South Korea. Just this morning at about 3, 4 in the morning, I think around 3. So I put my phone on and I went on the E-Mansion. It was going live where he was meeting with, I think about less than 15 persons in a hall. And I think the platform guest table was jam-packed as compared to the people that Bouaka was meeting in South Korea, and said he was interacting with the Liberian community. You saw small children and way in the back. You go there, go to the E-Mansion website, and I go there, see the video. The small children and some see them there, they just jump inside. Some children looking white, they're not some kind of color them. They just jump inside, you see them, they jumping, all in the seat there, empty area, empty hall. And he had to attend to them in winding down his activities. But the media is on top of what really Liberia got from that African summit. The media is more concerned about it as well. So there are a lot of publications, the questions have been asked, because normally when our presidents are leaving the country and they are just going, we believe that they are using the taxpayers' money. So if they think there is nothing in some of those trips and things, maybe they can just send, because if a minister is going, it's less expensive for you to send a minister as an envoy to represent you, because you don't have too much huge expenses and associated with that travel. So if you are to send the Minister of Foreign Affairs, she alone can go. She doesn't have any entourage in terms of saying, oh, the foreign minister has to be protected, she needs so security, she needs a blah, blah, blah. But when the president is moving, the president does not move alone. That's why you see most of these trips and things, the president will minimize it, because there is no movement of the president that is not cost intensive. No day that our president will move. It is not costly. There is no time that the president will move and it's not costly. That's why before the president moves, it must be for something. If it is not for something, but it is just for whatever, then our president can dedicate that responsibility to somebody. Say, look, send the other person here, just go there and whatever it is, because nothing there for. But if it has to do with going there to get something, where it requires the presence of the president, because it is not just that they want the presence of the president. You see, this is what I want you to know, right? The president does not move. Okay, maybe I'm speaking people. There is no time that the president moves and money is not spent heavily. Anytime the president is moving, there are plenty of money. Plenty of people will have to go. The medium of travel of the president is expensive. Let me just put it that way. The president traveling is very expensive. So in most instances, that's why you will see, even during Ellen Johnson's elite time, we all traveled. All the essential travels she used to go on, these are travels that when she went to, she wanted to make some breaks. That was when she went there. But whenever she went to those meetings and she believed that it is, because these arrangements are done already. You are calling us for this summit, then, but how will it even work for Boaga when Boaga does not have any contact? The idea is, I know our ambassadors and our diplomatic representatives in these countries, they're not respected. You see, the reason why sometimes you will be respected, it depends on the person you are representing. If the person you are representing is not respected by his colleagues, you, the representative, you will never get any respect in our country. That's diplomacy. Call Abu Sharif, my boy, who did diplomacy in something, the Foreign Service Institute. Go and ask. If the country, I don't care, April, we can wake up here. I can wake up here. I like to address any kind of way. I think I'm more powerful. The same song will say, AB, go and represent so and so person. It depends who I'm going to represent, because they're not looking at me. They're looking at who sent me. Who am I representing? How serious is this person? So before the president gets there at those kind of forums, the meetings and everything have been arranged with serious-minded people. You don't get there before. No. That's why we said the president trip is very expensive, right? The president will send advanced team. The advanced team is working with diplomats to where money can come from, where something will come from, because the president come here that the poor country money he coming to can't use here. So as a result of that, this is why it is. So he has to what. So the arrangements will already be made. The moment the president arrives, then those arrangements are be made. Then they inform the local secret service that are responsible for the protection of those. So those will be sent to them. You guys will have it. They tell you, say the president is supposed to go so and those are when the president comes. These are the president's details. These are the protocols that he's supposed to attend. Blah, blah, blah. Look, Allen will get it. They already set. So when the president arrives, the president is abreast and with his itinerary, he's briefed. It tells them, Mr. President, you're supposed to be meeting with so and so president at so and so time before the session starts. And so about so and so time, we're supposed to be meeting with so and so. The focus of the discussion is centered around so and so money that is supposed to give to countries, but this is your own room. This is your panel discussions and, of course, side discussions that we're going to be having. These are the kind of things that the president went that way. So, because the people who going to be arranging it in there, you got to pay their way too. So that when the president travel is very expensive. So for our president to travel, and then comes back with nothing. Gosh, it means up to now, all your friend check the website though. Check the website. All your friend, you see small photos are in your hand. That is in that photo that they play the agreement there. Boaga, you not get no photo here. People did not get nothing in their hand. All your friend that went there, at least some of them they signed some kind of agreement. They signed some kind of stuff with the folks there, so you can see the small photo there in their hand. You see some of them stand. They do it like they say, yeah, that the agreement. Boaga umpa he not sound nothing. Nothing sound. Only for you to stand, go and take picture. You see, some of these things we are talking, it's not just about the travel. The reason I know he traveled is because we now put more Boaga too much say, all the places a friend them be, he not go there before. So the people say, Mr. President, they were over, the people that now want to see you there and they will not give us some. But the Liberian people that being putting off. They say the AU summit was held, you not go there. The ECOWAS summit was held, you not go there. The player your friend can be, you can't go there. So as a result of that, the other trader, they just begin one time. But it's these guys are not just going because they want to be there. Someone was telling you, say, Bwagana one, your team was telling you, say, but you pay ticket and then fly there. That's what we're talking about. No. Why we look here, you forget about us. And to you say, if you keep money us, you will make the country here to just look useless. You stop money. All the things that we're talking, you forget about it. We're not forcing you to do anything. If nothing there, nothing there. We're honest raising these issues and say, Waka had not traveled the other place, Waka not traveled the other place, they play a friend and there, you can't go there. So because they say your friend and there, you can't go there, you just say you just go there. You don't get anything there. The reason we say a friend and there, and he's not going there because we believe that they will get something from there. So now that he went there, say a friend and there, and then he went there now. Right? Say a friend and there, he went there now. What did he get from there? His friend then went there, right? The essence of us telling you, say, Waka's supposed to have gone to where his friends are. He hasn't gone to all the places. We're not telling him, say, you must just go on tour to just go sit down, take pictures around. No. Is a friend then going to look for something for their country? They're not going there in vain. Kenya president went there, collected. Sierra Leone president went there, collected. Ghana president went there, collected. Everybody collecting something from there so that they tell their people that we didn't just travel in vain. We are there's something they call value for money. So you seen it? The value for money we're talking about, but it's not there. So as a result, we just forget about it. Let him come back, no problem. By the grace of God, at least a safe arrival is what we'll now just pray for. Because the country, we can look. Let me tell you something. Those of you that can be wishing evil for this country all over the place. Me, I don't buy into that. Because now the way my president went, at least if you were to bring something, it will benefit all of us. So why would I want to wish the president unsuccessful trip? For what? That our president. He goes down there, anything you get from there, you bring it here, all we enjoy it. All the agreement you have, that way you see when you're not doing it, then we can get vexed. Because for you to be using our money, you go, you come back for nothing. But we're not telling you, say, just be traveling to be among your friends then. That was not what we were talking. We were saying that the place your friends are, you are not there to get what they are getting from there. And you went there now, stay, you're not getting anything from there. The garden getting there. You think, oh, so with all these somebody there, you think Mara Biao, Ghana president, Nana, you think those men couldn't send their deputies or send people to represent them at those places? You know why they went to those places? Because their presence matter. They're not going down there to just leave from there for nothing. So kind of meeting supposed to either be held between two countries. So let's agree that you even went there, South Korea posted, they're not giving you anything. But it is possible that Bwaka able to go down there, they and Ghana reach an agreement for setting exchange program. It is possible Bwaka able to go down there, meet with one of the wealthy African countries, presidents, and so forth, and then they have an agreement that will benefit Liberia. It doesn't necessarily have to come from the host country. So that when you're traveling down there, you say, look, though I'm going to this program, and though the people then, they finish knowing who are they giving the attendance to, they say they will benefit the whole African continent. They decide we want the country then to give it to, but at least at that meeting, me and my man we're going to meet there. I'm going to meet with somebody there. Here myself going to have an agreement. So those sad discussions, meaning it doesn't have to come from South Korea. No, it doesn't have to come from their government. For the fact that you met with some of your friends then who can be of help to us, now Kosovo now, to be of help to us. You meet them, you come up with something from there and say, look, Liberia and Ghana so partnership. In the next so time, so things will be happening. And that meeting was possible. Would not have been possible had Bwaka not gone to South Korea. Then we'll say, oh yeah, it was necessary that he went there. Then we'll not be thinking about whether South Korea people gave you something or not. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about your friend then that you met there. What did you and them discuss? Did they give you something? You know, those are some of the things that we can be talking. But you know, when we say these things, we just sit down and just talk and some things. By the way, he's there by the grace of God. We pray that he returns. Look at the kind of people he carried, that serious people in there. Dylan, how will you just carry someone who went there to just observe? process. That kind of people that you go carry on your trip. That was serious man there who can do anything serious in this country. You carry it outside to go do what? Look at your delegation. So when you carry those kind of people, maybe that what will happen. But anyway, and a matter of Flomo, you say what? The South Koreans, they don't what? Trust the JMB government because they ate Japan freeway. But why you can carry those kind of people and whatever? And let me just make this disclaimer. There are people passing around and using people's names, and especially people have used Katumu name to even tag me, and I know that that's not the Oma. That's not the Oma. People have used JMB stuff to be threatening, and I believe that it's not JMB. It's possible. In fact, somebody had to use Claudia who hardly you hardly just hear her talk. They had to be using her name to be commenting on a thing, then describing Waka government. No, man. She's not at that level. So these people, they are just using their names. So now you see one Katumu Oka on my post and say, my son AB, you just hitting your head for nothing. You know now. So they just using these people names. And yeah. So I think you just gotta watch out for those kind of people. Those kind of comments and things that they are not just serious material. What's up? How's everything with you? I hope you're doing so good. So those are things that we just thought to talk about while we are waiting for our president. We hope and pray that he will be able to make some breaks in the last minute. Yeah, at least to get some things. We say it may not be for so good, right? Yeah. Well, at least my friend that he met there now, they can stock something so that Liberia gets something from there. That's just all we're talking about. And you forgot about whether he can talk loud or say anything your leader think that our president. So let's just manage with him. I hate to say manage with somebody. It's too demeaning to say let us manage with this government. No, I hate that. It's too demeaning. It tells that for you to say you just manage with somebody. Have you been in a relationship before and somebody say I just managing you? And you can feel good? The person say I just managing the one. That means you are just insatiably or unsatisfactorily being accommodated. Yeah, and we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want to say we are managing with this government. No. We are still keeping this government feet to the fire and hoping that it will deliver. We are not managing with this government. We are not going to manage with this government. No, it's an insult to us as a people. Because the government is us. So if we say we're managing ourselves, how will we say we're managing ourselves? No, we can't manage ourselves. We got to push ourselves. We got to hold ourselves accountable for the decisions we make. Yeah, if we can do anything to correct those things, yeah, we can. We should. And that's what we're going to be doing. So we're not going to be managing with this government. No, we're not here to manage with the government. All right. And so I think, and we think that we can work out with that. You'll be talking about what this union got, your leader to that, I want to have business. Me, I've been talking our own already. The idea we not see that small food on in Boga and people there here for them to be passing around way to see agreements. So as a result of that, that's it. So the Freedom Cash giveaway continues back, and it goes back to the 2005, so that you brace yourself for the bigger ones ahead. So tomorrow is going to be Friday. So if you can play for the 2005, you save it, don't touch. Tomorrow you waste everything and see whether you're not get 20K out of just 25. So you keep playing tonight. Star 7.5. You go black 11 2. You play your regular. When you get that one that now you save it. Don't touch it. Tomorrow you blast the biggest jackpot. And so that's how you do it. So now you play, you save. You play, you save. Don't just use the money. Money must bring money. So that's how it's going to work. So you please do your best and keep doing what you think you can. While Bwaka is away, before I get to former President George Weah's departure from the country today and the similar event, the same disrespect, no respect for people who serve this country, they all can say, we must respect Joseph Boakai. You see, yeah, the people that, for me, because of our background, we all will respect him. Yeah, so that why we are careful in dealing with him. Because, don't let anybody to define you. Don't let anybody to shift you from the kind of person you are. Because you were trained to live in those lies forever. You were trained to live those lies forever, right? Good. So that's what the Bible says, that train up a child in a way that it will not depart away. So if I am supposed to be trained in a way that I will continue to be respected of authority, that it will not depart away from me, why would the conduct of that authority make me the word of God? But let's leave it, right? So we'll get to that. The LRRC, just information. The LRRC, because we blasted at them the last time. How will you describe people who coming back to their country and say they are so zogos, they own drug? Almost 80% of them they own drug. We blasted at them here the last time, and we understood that after thorough assessment and so forth, the LRRC has released a statement and saying that no, it was a misrepresentation of the facts. So that means with that statement that they made, where plenty of the people then came on narcotic drugs and so forth, they said, because how do the people get reintegrated? People will look at them and come and say, you know, the same drug you took from Ghana, you say, so, you know, you just damage the people. It's not good. But they came back, they took back their words. That's the burgers Liberia now. They will grab you, bandage you, and deal with you. Then they come back now to say they won't clear up. But that's it. So we think that's bad. And you don't have to describe people in that manner to say that they are so drug users who return to this country. That was bad. So they said the LRRC has released a statement saying that no, and they missed out on that. It was not really good. We think for sure it's not good. Yeah. So let's come to what happened to the former president today again, which of course was very much demeaning. And I listened and I followed. When that incident was about to occur, I got an alert from among the security details of the former president. And that was when I got to know that he was traveling. So the details were such that before a VIP of his caliber leave this country, the state will have to be informed to provide the necessary protection leading to his departure and according all of the due courtesies. That's what is called for. In respect for a government and in acknowledgement of a government he thinks to be responsible enough, he decided to do the most honorable and responsible thing to alert the government. I will be leaving the country. This SYZ. Because all the EPS people, I don't know how many of them stay with him, that he assigned, because most of them that are there now, they took up their voluntary services to just render voluntary protection for him now, because they've already sacked all of them. So there are some of them who are on government payroll, they are there. So when the president, the former president of the Republic of Liberia is about to leave, it is important that these people, their bosses, are informed, so that that VIP protection for which they have them there for, their bosses will be informed and knowing exactly what will be their scope of operation in the absence of the VIP. Secondly, and most importantly, that those who are supposed to put in place the improper perspectives, the necessary accorded respect that goes along with people who hold these positions or who held positions, that they will be done. It's not by appealing. You're not informing people because you want to appeal to them for assistance. Please call me. No, you are only informing them because what you deserve, you should be able to get it. You are only informing them that I will be leaving the country so and so day. And as a matter of law, as a matter of courtesy backed by law, I am supposed to do XYZ, inform you, you provide the necessary means, you open the corridor so that I can use it, finish. And why we are dead. And please try to inform the people on NASA that a VIP from another country is about to go to their country because the man is a Liberian citizen, but he's a most senior Liberian citizen. His travels are travels of concerns. He's a former president. He still enjoys the VIP security protection of the state. So wherever he's going, he's supposed to be provided some level of protection, both in home country and that of the country that he's going to. He will be accorded those respects as he's going along. So that was simply what happened, because some of the questions were asked. And at that time, we had to stay home. His people, he has a very responsible government people then who are working with him. So they know exactly what to do. They know what they did to help when Bwaka was ready to leave this country and go even to the airport. The people were informed. They would tell straight. They would call before Bwaka even reaches at the airport. That time, the old ratting terminal that one was still using, that VIP lodge that one was still using. Before Bwaka even reaches there, the security, the Ministry of State is informed. They are telling them, look, Bwaka is about to leave the country. There is XYZ who will be able to provide this, blah, 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 blah. The people will say, okay, Mr. President, Mr. Political leader, former vice president, how they will look at it and say, they say, come and use this place, and we are prepared this place. They will prepare the place, you will go. Sometimes that Bwaka couldn't walk and go to a plane, what they will provide in car and all so that you will go. That's the respect. That's the protocol. You got to respect that. The idea, you must just inform that I'm going to travel. Finish. And they are calling respects. So we will stay home while the things were on, so that if there are any glitches, they can solve it ahead of time. We have decided to take advantage of the new terminal again. When insignificant human beings have come to this country and left this country and using the new terminal because Joseph Bwaka get respect for them. You think for respect to be given to we are that Bwaka want to determine whether you get real respect or not? There are certain positions that goes with respect, and the state has already given that person the respect. It is not the government of the day that will determine who to respect. That respect is given to that status the person earned. There is not an ascribed status. This is an achieved status. Ascribed statuses are those statuses that you have, that you were born with. Let's say, for instance, I'm a man. So every man is supposed to be there. Ascribed status is just there. You born. We're talking about achieved status. Let's say, for instance, now I'm an attorney at law. That's an achieved status. You're going to respect me as an attorney at law. So you see there, I don't have to beg you for it. No, you must give me it because I've achieved it. That's why when you go, you are a doctor or so forth, they will give you that. You achieve it. So as a result of achieving it, you earn it. So you are entitled to be accorded that respect in line with it, unless otherwise. That's what it is. So former president, Republic of Liberia, that's something that was not ascribed. No, achieved status. And for you to achieve something, for you to achieve something, you got to work towards it, right? Things like that. Now, yeah, for me to be my father, I am the son for my father. That ascribed status, right? I was born in it. I don't do nothing for me to be son. For the father, my papa born me straight. It is ascribed that indeed I'm the son. So like baby now, baby is my daughter. It's ascribed. Whether she likes it or not, it is ascribed. She didn't fight for it. She didn't do anything. She's just it because it happened. So that's it. So you see, we did not ascribe to the young guy. No, he participated. He went to the election. He contested in the election. He fought for that position. The Liberian decided to call in that position. So he achieved it. So every respect that goes a long way, unless any other way proving honor our laws that is taken away. Because only the law can take that thing away. Unless you breach some of our laws and it's taken away from you. That's the only way. That respect you got to gain it. It's not for me to determine whether I will gain it or not. It is not the business of Bwaka to determine whether you will respect we are or not. It is there. We are supposed to be respected because he lived, achieved, and did XYZ. They're supposed to give him that respect. But in this country, on a Bwaka's country, on a Bwaka's Liberia, he said no. Once I am not satisfied with you, you will not get it. So as a result of that, Wia is disrespected. He's treated as Mr. Nobody. And the worst of all, the most frustrating part that can break the hearts of people, even somebody, you don't have to be a citizen, right? That breaks the hearts of people, is for you to have contributed to the betterment of your country, infrastructure. And you saw the need to facilitate and see to it to dignify, because the intent of fast tracking and getting that terminal, that VIP launch, that European, is to say, look, we need to dignify people who have done service to country, so that when they are traveling, they don't travel in a kind of trash. So that when they appear that they have really served their country. When they go in bathroom, in VIP lodge, they will know where they are entering. Let us try to respect them. Let's elevate them. That was Wia's own way. Wia was not even thinking about himself at the time. He believed that, look, these respects, we can give it to ourselves. And then equally, when people are coming to enjoy the respect, we have acquired ourselves. That's how the man beat that player. He's one of those persons who's supposed to be dignified. But God said, will not dignify you. So Wia is staying at his house, and Wia is supposed to be going, right? Wia is supposed to be going, and then the other terminal that is there, the other area, the new area part is lacking. So meaning they're not even expecting him, though they were informed prior to his arrival at the airport. They back that one. The other area, they open the gate. But in ill-prepared state, no calling respect, nothing. And it's not the business of the secret. Look, the thing that happening in this country, you can be saying, oh, Abraham, we are there. Again, I see one idiot can come in the last time, you know, the papa, you got to respect. And you see some of the foolishness you can be talking, you see some. Sorry for the expression. And you see some. You can be calling people, hey, you know, that papa, and sometimes, what they call it, even we are of all people were able to even come and say, no, maybe it's an error. You know, you can do what you think you can, but moderate some of the vocabs that you are using on him and whatever it is. If we can say, because he's a statesman, I should do that and advise me on that. Your ear and you're sitting down to your houses when you're feeling like, hey, you know, if I pay that papa is a respected of person. That we're discussing, is he a respecter of person? The first one happened, no action was taken. So that why it will continue like this. And for the fact that the first time it happened, no action was taken, that's why it will continue to happen. Because Boka acquiesced to it. And this is bad. When people choose to serve in their country. I remember one time I'm going, yeah, okay, I have gone on my land to attend to something, and then the guy who's attending to the house, he had an accident, and he hit a car. So he called me. He said, oh, Abi, my motorbike hit certain car. Right? He said, my motorbike hit certain car. I said, what's that? Why you managed to hit the car? So I decided to drive straight from the house area and then went to go attend to what happened in the incident. Guess who I saw there? I saw Augustine Manubala, the deputy for administration at NAFA. Here, his entire team. They were coming from somewhere and they were a car hit. The moment they saw me straight, they broke down. So Augustine, Mr. Manubala, just look at the guy and say, wow, God bless you. Then guess what? This is the most interesting part. When people have fought hard to place themselves at certain level in society, that is what they stand to benefit. So the bystanders, those guys who were there, you know, anytime something like that happens, you see people will stand by. So the moment Augustine saw me straight, and they say, oh, Augustine, oh, that man there. I said, yeah, they just came from the house there. What they call here and there? He said, you must thank God send, though. Then he just left it there. I said, I will face the car. Don't worry. They'll be there. I said, Jerry, how you manage? Then the sad comment that what made me proud to say, look, yeah, God will always make us to strive. The men say, and you see, when we can be saying you go to school and put yourself way up there, if that were you and myself today, we would not hate the men car and they would not pay for it. But look at the men, that's also BB people. The place they put themselves, they are there to accommodate one another. Look, that's the respect you get when you put yourself up there. People strive. That's why our parents are sending their children to school, Google schools, until they say go there. So that when you are up there tomorrow, when you stand up, when you are talking, people will respect you for what you have achieved in society. That's what it's for. For we are to have struggled, achieved up to today. And Bwaka decided to humiliate him. But guess what? As God could have it. Where was a verse? Forget about it. Go use the regular terminal here. Hey, our whole president. We imagine. Or we are our president. The man who did all the thing here. He had to not only, he had to go enter where we, the ordinary people who have an ego. Jesus. This man, God. Hey, our president, ego. You see, God is wonderful. Do you know sometimes, let me tell you something. You may say life not fair, but when people achieve certain status, they are accorded respect according to those status. Yeah, they are according that respect. They don't demand it, no. At that point, they have settled that account long ago. So our president, I will still call him our president. Our president, we are reduced to walking through air. Where AB then can pass. Then you see people standing, looking at them. AB then passing. You see they got to go up like this. They go, they sit down. They get down. Hey, God. Hey, God. Yeah. You see, God is wonderful. We was treated as a nobody in a country that he did not just strive on the football field to lift his flag. We was treated as a nobody when the United States Secretary of State bringing nearly close in Qatar. Can you imagine? The world will stand in standing ovation. I mean, industrious leaders, people who have contributed. You know, the only reason I think Bwaka would do, Bwaka has never achieved anything in his whole life before, so he doesn't know what it takes to achieve. He doesn't know it. And Bwaka knows what it takes to achieve, to be given credit on the basis of your achievement, not liability achievement. No, not liability achievement. I'm talking about selfless achievement. To say, look, this is what Bwaka had never ever acknowledged that. He doesn't value it because he himself, he's not one of us. I am by far better than Bwaka when it comes to self-preservation, self-striving, and so forth here and there. Everything else that he calls for, we are by far. Look, some of you by far better than him. This is the kind of person that you gave your country to. You see what's happening now? Look at how he humiliated somebody of that caliber today. Yeah. This area, he hasn't gone through what people will go through to put themselves at that level. He's just in a ordinarily it can just happen. He's just in a ordinary man luck. Even the Bible itself said that you can even get a faith that you will be a footballer. But without work, you cannot achieve it. We are worked. Not just on football field, the short period he spent in politics. We are made people. We are made politicians. Amen. That man you will treat like that today. But anyway, you know, God is wonderful and there is God. And he had always said, vengeance is he God to do. As they were humiliating him here, Ghana was preparing to receive him honorably. As he was leaving his country dishonorably. Yeah. As I'm saying it, it hurts. as he was leaving his country in a dishonorable faction, Ghana had prepared a place to welcome him honorably. You know, people will sit and they will talk. People will talk, but this is our country. These are some of the things that we are talking. They will sit and say, oh, maybe there's that, maybe then there's that. No. God knows why he placed us here at this moment. We are was treated in that manner today. We are respected every opposition political leader. Though they were opposed to him, he respected them. Even including Hibuakai. When his life supposed to be taken away from him, we have believed that this man has served our country. Even if he useless his own money and he get father to pay his own hospital bill, it should be the business of some of us as Liberians whom he must have served to do this here. And since I am the president of this republic, and it is their country, whether he has quano opportunity and what they call it, their country cannot sit right here and watch him die. We can't treat him the trash. There's nothing in the laws that holds him accountable for any criminal act. There's nothing in the law. Whatever you know, as far as we are concerned, the law does not bar him from anything. So he will get our respect. Josh, we are again. Joseph Boaka's own nephew ate the AFL people money. Brani Samuka supposed to go to jail. George, we are saying, let's agree that this man ate his money. But under Ellen Johnson's administration, this one was the longest serving. In fact, he left power. Ellen left and gave him a medal. This man served this country just for this one incident that he ate AFL people money. We can't let him to go to jail and rat there. I will stand right to the courtroom. The moment they say Brani Samuka should go to jail, I will stand right there. I would let Brani Samuka to go because of the services he have rendered to this country. He can't be humiliated further in this manner. Amen. What more can one do to recognize people? Gosh, is this man somebody who deserves such a treatment today? What thing we are making Boka and people vex where we are? The reason I'm saying this, there's a tomorrow. None of you would like to be treated that way. All of you that are striving today, you may come from Unity Party, be fair enough. You fight, you work hard, no criminal record, nothing, whatever it is. What is this supposed to do? To just respect you, honor you, pay you respect. In America, people who serve diligently, and even in fact, they call them senior citizens in America. I rode in some of the trains, some of the trains. They call them senior citizens. You know the kind of respect they can get them. They get special ID card they can get them when they go to any public facility, bus station and things. Those senior citizens, people will be waking up for them to sit down in the train. You will see the money they're supposed to pay. If people are supposed to pay so money for New Rochelle to go to New York or blah, 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 people will just show their ID card, they get them dispensation because of the services they are rendered to their country. Hey, man, what kind of thing that's so? This is honorability. That is all you can get. After you serve, that's all you can get. The respect that they will accord you. Yeah. Anyway, this is our country. You know, we'll highlight most of these things all of the time. Because that's how normal and responsible people behave. Wia was humiliated today again as he was leaving and going. He left dishonorably, not by his own conduct. He was dishonored by the state he served. So, Boga get own law in his country. Boga get ready. He takes anybody from any tenure position and whatever it is. So, I see where we are going with all of this. If Boga can test tenure position, that the Supreme Court came up with a ruling and said that no, when you do this XYZ in the interpretation of what the statute says that created this position, it amounts to removal. Don't move these people in this form and faction. Boga look at that. The senators at that time now, it is the business of the senators to protect their own statute because the Supreme Court has already helped them. The Supreme Court has helped the lawmakers in a spirit of coordination. The Supreme Court has helped the lawmakers and said, no, the instrument that you pass, these people pass. There is an interpretation where you to take these people from here without SYZ, it amounts to removal. You can't get this done. And the very people who pass that law, they know what constitutes. There's nothing there they talk about suspension. They talk about removal. How removal is going to be done? Your sin law is there. So for any reason, Aboga decided to say you will put people there for them to be acting in these positions. Do you know what you are doing? So the people on suspension, acting. So now that they are on suspension and acting, while if investigation goes on and they are free, you have to pay for all that time there versus the time the other people serving the country. Do we have that kind of money? That was supposed to be the business of a sound legislature to say, you know what? Until these matters can be resolved for us to have whatever, you can't put anybody in opposition there for them to be earning the scenes. No, whether acting state or whatever, without putting money down there on the SYZ. These people can be right here, investigation be ongoing. So if Boga did that and trash everything, what did Boga can try? Boga can decide to tell, in fact, our own lives in this country, Boga can wake up one day and say that April when you make and talk to where you go, you kill him. And you get a kind of reckless EPS and NSA boss. All of them, they are well situated now. So as a result, Boga can wake up one day and just decide that if I can disrespect and bring we are down to Mr. Nothing, that AB name will be causing us in this country. Y'all get ready, y'all do anything you want to do. Y'all get ready, y'all kill that one. Y'all do the one, y'all do as he's able to do it because the man is Lord and gospel unto himself. In a Liberia that we strive for. We are heading out here going to school every day. That's it. This is a Buckeye. By the way, let me now see whether some of these things when I'm talking to you may say, oh, AB then just talking, talking. Look, the day things start to happen on a normal footing, you will not hear us. This which Buckeye did is absolutely wrong. It's not called for. It's not called for. You can't do that. So, as a result of that, here we are. Right? Yeah, here we are. People will sit down and do things. All of us, we're suffering here today for us to get respect. That's why we don't want to steal. That's why we try. You think some of these bad things that people can be doing, but you know why we don't want to do it? Because we want for all to be respected in society. That's why we are taking our time. So for all to be respected, somebody just can't tell us, I will determine whether you can be respected or not. Not because of what you did. I determine what it is. Especially what Boga is doing to we are today. That's bad. Mayor Koji did have a press conference today. And I still calling Law Mayor. We think that's bad. People will serve their country. Now you see, and Boga then can make it for people to say, I will not leave power. Now you see why some African leader can tell you, I'm not moving from the power here. What are they putting okay? I said, I'm going to cancel and rare. Where's going to group of people in Japan? They can be disrespecting me all over. You see why in Africa, some of the African people can say, I'm not leaving power. I will stick there. And also the same thing happened in Gambia. Yaya Jammeh, after the election, Barrow was finished winning election already. He went, when the man was finished turning over power, then Barrow went and we say, he said he will prosecute the man. The man came out, the man said, I'm not moving from power. They had to send military people there before he left. He just sat down there, he said, the mayor, I will prosecute the mayor. The man said, I'm not moving from power again. But when you start treating people like this, when we are just say, look, smoothly, this thing here can go, let it go. And you treating we are in this manner. If we are does not even contest in any form and faction, you don't think that Boaka here will speak all the day and say, I will stay in power because I know what I did to we are. I want for someone else to do the same thing to me. Boaka will Bwaga will plunge our country. That it kind of people then can be hard for them to leave power because they're very wicked. The wickedness they have done to other people, they think that the people will do it to them too. So as a result, they will never want to leave power. That's the kind of Bwaga man. Because if Bwaga is thinking about a future, which of course he doesn't have, I wonder he's thinking about his children. I wonder he's thinking about his wives. Anyway, certain people behavior can define people. So I just have to leave it. But I said to you people, it's not only about party business. There is a civilized society that we are in America. Whether you like it or not, the presidents are respected. But you can see Donald Trump when you go into court. That's what Donald Trump. When you go to court, the security stay there. Whether they like it or not, they want to carry him anywhere. They want to do whatever with Donald Trump. Donald Trump's security then stay with him. The Secret Service stay with him. They are protecting him. Whatever it is, he's a former president and they're respecting him and they try to keep him there. When you see the former president and they ready to deal with them, Jimmy Carter, then they're giving them respect. Jimmy Carter then get their programs and things and they're running all over. When you see the men ready to give out a future, special future on them, they are still respecting them. But Boga Yaze, former, I will drag all of you will not even believe it. That's Boga. Anyway, we want to say we are very elated to just inform you about these happenings because this is our country. And when these things are happening, when we don't tell you for the small children out there who are listening to us to know that, oh yeah, they're going to think they're not good. We're not going to do it. Just like that. So let me speak with the Lord Mayor briefly. And maybe 10, 15 minutes. Let me just try to get to him. That their president is treated like that today. So let me just speak with him for 10, 15 minutes on a couple of issues that he addressed today. And he had a press conference today. So if I can get to him, and I think we will be able to have that conversation. All right. So if I can get to him, I think he's on the line now. And Honorable Secretary General of the CDC and Lord Mayor Koji, how you doing, sir? Okay, great to have you on, Chief. Yeah, I just thought to call you up because this day I did listen to your press conference. A lot of things have been talked about, but before we can go any further, I was elaborating further on the humiliation, the continuous humiliating manner in which the former president has been treated as though, I don't know what kind of nomenclature to place on it, but I don't think it deserved that. That was what I was talking about. How has the CDC been able to greet that?
Well, Eddie, thank you. It's with no surprise. And the CDC continuously being vindicated from the malicious lies that have been told its institution and its government officials.
Mm-hmm.
And on the basis of that, we have thought it was to give the one an opportunity so you can see a clear back between the bunch of hustlers who pretentiously presented themselves that they have a solution for this country. So today, again, with no surprise, the Unity Party, along with its bunch of political desperados, continue to prove to us that Bwaga is interested in undermining and destabilizing this hard-earned peace that we sustain and maintain under His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. Because he continued disrespect and wanton provocation towards the former president can clearly be defined as a means to undermine the peace and tranquility of our country. And I thought, as an institution, we make a category clear to the Liberian people and that of our international community. We have written a circular both to our friends in the international community and out of the country as a whole, as we continue to document vices that are inimical to the Liberian people and us as a country.
Well, you talk about documenting these things, and your partisans, when they do listen to what they are hearing, they get so furious about it, and they sometimes want to get into retaliatory mood and so forth. Here and there, a lot of things you are still documenting, and things are going wrong. And not only the president is disrespected in a form and faction, he's been disrespected, and shown no level of protection and so forth. And can we now say that this which speaks to the vulnerability of the VIP, especially the president, the former president, and is worrisome? It calls for concerns for immediate action.
It should cause a concern. Any peaceful Liberian and an honorable Liberian will begin to see this as a way to wonder over the peace and stability of our country. If one is given an opportunity to provide leadership of our country, we expect this person to govern this country with some level of wisdom. Take for example what is happening in ABN. I would say these are people who slip their way with lies. Can you imagine? The character this government presented us like criminals, presented us like murderers, and portrayed us as incompetent people, and presented and considered that the country was on the verge of collapse, and this was about to be set ablaze. And unfortunately, the Liberian people could not see through. It's unfortunate the Liberian people could not see through the lies that were being told, the unfortunate lies, the malicious propaganda that were being told to them. And some of them became victims. So today we opportunity, and that's why I say citizens. We understand our partisans. Partisans also understand us. And that's the reason when we take decision, we run an institution. We don't run a boss club. We don't run an arrangement. We run a consummated, revolutionary, mass-based movement. And this leadership is correct, is in direct touch of its people. And that's why when we take decision, that decision has a trickle-down effect to the lowest man at the bottom. So we earn our respectability from the Liberian people and our partisans in particular. So our partisans are aware and go now mistaking us to say to you, we are documenting the Bacchus regime. It doesn't in any way negate the fact that the CDC doesn't have what it takes to show that the Bacchus regime also is bended knees. No, but we are very meticulous. We will not give Mr. Parker and his bunch of political desperado, we will not give them a safe haven. We allow them to crumble under the weight of their incompetence, under the weight of their irresponsibility. And the Liberian people will see it clearly. And like I said to you, there's a two between the Unity Party and that of the CDC. The CDC subscribed to a populous people-driven policy, and the Unity Party is interested in an anti-people policy. So you see, since the opportunity was given to the Unity Party being tolerated by the Liberian people, the Unity Party has clearly, equally displayed its anti-people policy. What is that? Today they take a decision and say no motorcyclists. You have close to over 200,000. No motorcyclists, and chasing the ordinary people on the street with no solution. And it tells you that what is the essence of treating the people? They don't like to see these people. They don't believe in them. They see these people as less human. They consider our people as third-class human should create unbearable conditions on the livelihood of the Liberian people, more especially these ordinary people who have been subjected, who conditions have been created by the forefathers of the Unity Party. So today you see how all those things are happening. When we have an opportunity, our thinking and our policy were driven to take power to the people. We were taking services to the people. You will see to the nuclear, even though it would be so hard for me to say to you, Eddie, that everything we did here was perfectly right. We are human beings. But you can see clearly what we consider on our policy, things that we did here, under his astute leadership, Excellency Dr. George Manu. We are those drafts, we targeted education. What kind of education? We are engaged into people want to describe education to be a messy education. We were trying to create an affordable atmosphere where ordinary people can have the means to go to school. And me, when a woman go to sell in the market, and when she cannot afford to send a child to school, those are policies we say, take government to the ordinary people so they can feel part of it. And so gradually, you see just a very poor, very, very poor country. People suffer 14 years worth. And to think that you can think you just take policy for imagine and you think it's applicable and you expect the people to abide by it. Nobody loves to be selling on the street because they want to sell. People want to survive. There is no alternative. You only come, you can use these slogans for agriculture. But even in America, when you check AB, in America, agriculture has been subsidized. Education has been subsidized. So because they understand that the population must be subsidized in a way where government can take the care responsibility. Like we're saying, on our regime, Lieutenant Falama get you, Simon 12. One of them, we're even trying to add motorcyclists to ensure that it could be reflected in the budget. Those approaches we were taking. But these people came out, today see what is happening. Everything you think so we documented. We are weak. Don't be mistaken about that. We are watching so follow well that both the Liberian people and the international community can know exactly that every other thing that was done in this country was being politically motivated. These people are deceitful creatures who were just bent on seeking change rather than change. So that we have these people on our range. We have them. We keep them on site. So that thing that the CDC can do. So the CDC, the first thing we do with document. So subsequently, when the CDC take a mass-based action in this country, we can have the sufficiency of understanding, of backing, that we have no means to again begin to laugh on our people. So we're giving them the latitude, the understanding, our love for this country, our admiration for our people, and our understanding, because we know that born and raised in this country, all of them unaware, you need to wake up in the morning and you do not know what to start your day. You wake up in the morning and don't understand what you expecting and anticipating for the next day. When people go in the market, nobody can say how much is selling your better. We understand those language because we barrated in the marketplaces here. We spoke. So when we have an opportunity to serve the country, we know fully where, and so our approaches and our policy were driven towards giving the people an opportunity to better their lives, even though it's not the way people expected it. And these people were angry because they saw the likes of Jamerson Koji, the likes of A.B. Kuma, the likes of Ibrahim Austin Wheel, people like you who are becoming, who came from the slum and becoming very important people. Our success were a sense of provocation to them. They were not accustomed to seeing the likes of Koji to be somebody, the boy from West Point to where you go to to City Hall. Those were the crimes that we committed. Today they continue to exhibit that. See what's happening to Ambassador Weir. But we are saying to them that Unity Party along with Mr. Boaka need to take note and cover this because they are reaching the end that we will not continuously sit and see Mr. Parker continue to ensure that Ambassador Weah will be disrespected and the provocation be muted against him. To say he's vulnerable, he can't be vulnerable. He can. Parker, all of them, they can put, a lot of them can put, Ambassador Weah as threat. We're not vulnerable. We are the people. They know that. We understand how we are. And that's why we leave power. We don't leave the country. We don't run away. We don't chicken out. We're not like them who are political hustlers and tourists who, when they come here, when there's opportunity, when there's no way they run, they go out of the country and create this country look like a dome. And, and wall of a jump. For us, no. We say we stay here. We're giving an opportunity. If you can solve the issue, the Liberian people solve it. If you can't solve it, the Liberian people are not stupid. Neither are they stupid. They will be able to understand exactly who you are. And so that is the check that we are on as an institution.
Okay. Okay, Okoji, you said all of that, and I know despite you saying it, in the timing of your documentation, it's still not something that appeals into your followers. But the fact of the matter is, because people want quick action, they are out of job, they are going hungry on a daily basis, things are happening. They don't know when to start, where to start, and how to go about their respective lives. Now, there are a couple of issues that have been unfolding, especially when it comes to the governance of the state. You elaborated further on what effort you guys exerted, and one day we'll call you back here to speak in depth into those issues. But we've gone nearly 6 months into the Broadcast administration. One of the major things that they were able to campaign on was the issue about coach and drug. Now, following their ascendancy, they brought a robust figure in A.B. Krumah. That name rings bell to you. Not for any good reasons, but for all the bad reasons I may ever think about A.B. Krumah. Especially when you were incarcerated and under the Unity Party, which led President Weah's first ever outburst and against the Unity Party, and it was because of you, so forth. But at your press conference today, you shocked me when you said the former manner and what happened to A.B. Krumah was unfair. What informed that decision?
See, we will continue to distinguish ourselves. For us, a personal vendetta. We see things differently. We are patriot and we are nationalists. Do I agree with Mr. Krumah's policy? Some people do not agree with that. Do I believe that he has to do what he's doing? No, he doesn't. But who am I? Mr. Parker believes that Mr. Krumah must be where he is. It's on Mr. Parker. But at the same time, and I will not see Mr. Parker to engage into what I refer to a knee-jerk reaction. A decision on Mr. Krumah was a knee-jerk reaction.
Okay.
You come and see, you can say, and because, Mr. Dillon, who is a show-putting character, who now has sharply forgotten about the Liberian people, particularly those in Maserado, those are the people he always used to be crying wolf, that the economy was in the toilet, that the legislature was useless and spiritless. Today, he has the luxury to fire Mr. Parker in a business class. He wanted to take on his social media and say, sustain these people. Yes, Mr. Parker taking instruction from Mr. Dillon, or Senator Dillon, that's what you tell her. And I agree, things are happening in the place. You can't just say it for him. So first of all, without you know, decision oozing out of the office of the president getting like very confused. Any time that you see communication coming, if the communication not coming from the state, it's coming from the other person, it's coming from there is no particular medium in which decisions are communicated from the office of the president. That is the highest office of the land. It must be treated with great deal of respect, decorum. So don't just wake up and say you suspend people. What's happening? You say investigation. What is happening? I think it was not a need to understand. We need to know what is happening. You just turn on, and there are a lot of information coming out. And this is one of the major things. You came here and you said this country was being consumed by drugs, and you have this for drugs, and you brought people here you're very convinced with, and you said people fought in the place, and you just have to get decision, and you just suspend the other person. I think the presidency should not be a reactive, place. It should be a proactive, a sensible decision. So I think I may not appreciate Mr. Kroman's decision and his conduct in leadership and governance, but I totally disagreed with the knee-jerk reaction to say you're suspending him and not letting us know what will transpire. You must let the Liberian people know, and you must take what you have done now. You put Mr. Kroman in a state. You have endangered the whole fight for drugs in this country by just reacting. So that means you are not in touch of what is happening. You're not in touch. Take seize of the matter. And you see, President Weah was not just reacting to public sentiment only. Leadership is not a reaction to public sentiment. People have the right to say what they want to say. People that did on it cannot be hardly grandstanding to believe that because when they speak, then they come across as very important people, and they come across as saying that they are in charge and making decisions, and that's what the biggest question in the country: who in charge of the governance system of our country? It appears to be that Mr. Bouaka is not in charge. A group of element and creature, self-seeking people who are in charge of the state, the Liberian people reserve the right to understand what is transpiring with the country leadership.
And that's terrible. And specifically, because when you say who's in charge, I saw that Dillon post requesting for suspension. Immediately, suspension was done. And Dillon is sitting right there with the president when the suspension has been done. And a guy who's with them on the trip is the one that wrote that very release and signed that suspension of the DA. And these are some of the things that we're talking about here. And who's really in charge and who's doing what? It is not the president who appointed these people who have effected this suspension. It had to be another low-level man who's not even at their level, and Keseli, who had to really sign on to that. Now, it doesn't stop there. Sometimes you sit on radio, and then, like for instance, the Spoon Network, their most popular media network that they got, you have one Stanton Witherspoon who sits for the inception of this government. He dictates almost any and everything. There is now that he's trying to twat things a bit, but perhaps things are not cool. But he had always wanted whatever he wants to see happened. And it's obvious that it could, because he must have bankrolled Broca's campaign, hosted him on occasions. He and Costa, they took credit for trying to revive Broca's struggling and ailing conditions and so forth at one point in time. So Stanton says that and wants a Gresby to leave, because Gresby being there blocks him from carrying out his dictatorial, instructive and attitude towards Broca and making himself one demand god in the presidency. What do you make of all of that? Because you brought a question about who's really in charge.
To go to the point, I think today again I will ask a question for Stanton Witherspoon. That'll be very frank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in total disagreement with the United Party is proceeding. For we come as a citizen, do not be angry. If the history of this is written, you will be considered one of the funniest patriots in our country. What we have done in this country, since the inception of this country, nobody have done that. We have said to ourselves that for us it's not about power. For us, it's about the peace and stability of our country. We believe in this country. We love this country because we sons and daughters of the land. So our decision must affect the greater good of our country and our people. These are people no connection. They don't understand anything about these people, so they would not care less. They either take a decision to go to Butu and waste water on our people and kill our people. They will either take a decision and say, if we don't win an election, there will be no country here. See what's happening. When the likes of Joseph Human Worker funded the Local Defense Force, it took his essence to those Manawiya who were engaged in ensuring that young people are being disarmed and people invested the SOS that he invested over $2 million helping. That is the nature. That is the man who funded a popular people revolution in the start, the Congress of Democratic Change, and by extension, the Master Coalition for Democratic Change. It's a people-driven institution. So for us, that is what defines us. That's who we are. So even in our decision, we are logical and reasonable. You talk about Stanton Witherspoon, he has zero moral for the top people come here. These are people who created the calamity the Liberian people are facing today. You have this thing who nobody understands where he got his wealth from because he managed to steal and got what he got. He began to take advantage of the polarized society we have. He joined behind Mr. Parker without even understanding. They came here and formed a commercial lies. They lie on the government, yet a platform they ran. Today's Clinton now action. There's an element who seeks to be president of this country. It's a pity for our country. He said he will go to jail after he left spending time in jail. He will come and run to district number 12, and for that he becomes speaker. But Stanton is thinking to be on the ballot. If this is like
in 2029, he's thinking of being on the ballot in 2029.
I'm telling you, no matter that is calculation. There's a man who mentions when a self-assessed sentence, and so one after finish is going to be for full association. So his Stanton will come back. He will run. He will run a representative. He will go in the house. He will run addition number 12. As I speak to you now, he's contemplating a campaign team, getting him prepared to run. And don't take this for true. There's a man who sat on a network and think invest with the Unity Party, and I disagree with. I think a total madness that Stanton will sit behind the microphone and debate Baka and say he must run the government to win a shame. Again, what does that? You stand up on what they say, and you say you want them to change what you call Sylvester Crispy. Change Sylvester Crispy for a reason. It's a very intelligent, brilliant old man. You say my change what the business of what you still because you want Jake Kabakoli, your friend, your criminal partner. Jake Kabakoli might be minister of state. So he give you access to run. Still you want to run a whole elected you, a whole government in prison. What part? Where's the country headed? And you come here and say we should be clear. And he said maybe even try reaching out to the president.
You mean he tried reaching out to former President Weah?
He started reaching out to the former president. He wanted to see forgiveness. He didn't want to apologize, with crew, man. And we gave me and Parker, we made mistakes. No, but the president is a very authentic person. The president did not give him an opportunity. The president needed to be associated with that criminal who now is inductee. There's a man say you want to talk today, you want to sit at the airport. I will ask him a question. The place you said you were never going to be. When you come, you think we partner with you. Let me tell you, be flexible. Even though we criticize the Unity Party, but we do not dance with devil. That's not how we are. Different. We're not desperate. We're not desperate. But we disagree with the Unity Party. What is right, we say it. What is wrong, we say it. We believe as an institution that is Stanton Witherspoon should have staged in our democracy and be dictating with a government that should be running the affairs of our country. How dare Stanton would say Charles Crispy because he won't what you call Jake Kabakoli to go there. People will mutilate and check up capital should lead.
But his score, despite being dictatorial, but his score could be somewhat. So who do you really know Grace Bay to be? Because this man, he served with Elling, now serving with Buakai. A lot of mishaps around Buakai, and he controls. He's the chief of staff of the president's office. So
don't shield the president, Mr. It's a reflection of what's happening. Liberians followed their leaders. The leader determined the outcome of the leadership of the country. Well, Crispy, if he wants to do if anything you want to do as a person, if the president, do not approve of it, it would never be accomplished.
Certainly.
My understanding is that it's a man who went to school in Japan. He even did mathematics in Japan, in Japanese. And the Japanese are the highest, language.
Yeah, very
so
difficult. Yeah.
Without without saying about the right thing he's doing or something or the wrong thing he's doing, it's a bit to the fact you should be a smart someone who go to Japan, and set Japanese, and also you to be a mathematician in Japanese. So it's big that you're a smart person. But if you work for a president who has respect, Ambassador, we are honorably staying over state power. But is yet to put a full call. And how many you want to shake and say he's not aware what is happening? The simplest thing as a traditional person, elder person, he go to speak. When he was we have took over this place, what did he do? He drove to Mr. Walker residence. He visited him. He went former president. He named places after her. That's leadership. That's leadership. So I don't think that in the basis to say people are responsible for our functional activities and governance of our state. Mr. Walker is aware he chose to abandon the affairs of the state, and so the state will be in auto ballot and to wage suffering on the Liberian people, and so the Liberian people can be going through because he grossly insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people, and the Liberian people were duped by those things that have been said to them, and today they are faced what they face. So I think I totally disagree. Stanton is not that. We disagree with the Unity Party 100%, but we also do not agree a criminal like Stanton should find a collab with us. You just say because you are a Christian and you angry because you want to succeed, then I mean you go find relationship with Satan. And I say, honor your principles, your moral value. The CDC has its value, it has a principle, it has a moral value. Those value and principle cannot be compromised.
Okay.
We're not desperate to do things because we want to see unity party on power. We want to see unity party. No, we do not wish evil for the unity. What we want to remind the unity party is she has a responsibility to live up to it. She's been paid for that. To work with the Liberian people and deliver services to the Liberian people. If she failed to the city is in the position to compare her to answer to the responsibility of the Liberian people. That is what we want to do. We do not have to start with people with checker history and checker character, mutilated history and mutilated character, or we go and dance with devil or the sick because we say we want to accomplish our objective. We are not desperate people. We are patriotic, revolutionary people who fight our own causes, general causes, in the general good of the Liberian people.
And then that's very much excellent on your part. And finally, I would like for you to touch on this as well. Remembered why it is true that you as a party, people expect that you will do things and in certain form and faction, but you are those in leadership, you say you will try to document and have a different approach towards engaging the Brevard administration. Many are feeling dissatisfied with members of the national legislature. The CDC went to this election. They may have lost it on the presidential wise. Nationwide, county level, CDC won. Legislative wise, CDC got the numbers they won. And currently, as we speak, the speakership was being contested. And a lot of noise came in. You could see citizens were gravitating towards, they all drew key interest in the legislative elections. And with the exception of the Senate, that things didn't, no fight was there. But for the lower house, Speaker, Kofa took over, so forth here and there. But the citizens themselves, especially the citizens, they are saying that most of your lawmakers, they are not working in line. They are lying a lot of things to slide, and they are too much dissatisfied. They don't believe that these people are seeking their interest. What say you?
Yeah, you're right about that. Yesterday, our meeting was being postponed to yesterday. We had a National Executive Committee meeting yesterday along with the political leader, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, and we have lawmakers in attendance. We made it categorically clear. We are aware that there's an overwhelming weight of concern of the Liberian people, particularly our partisans, about the way their approaches with the legislation with the deal with issues. We make it categorically clear that things that we expect them to. We understand that they support the philosophical standing of what the CDC represents, or we will not hesitate. We will ensure that we keep back different. They're not going to cost us. If we could be able to, if we were able to honor his leadership, we said to us that nothing is so difficult for us to do as an institution. We look at the country, we turn over on the basis of our principles, we can do that. If people who refuse to stand up and follow the ideology and the philosophy of our institution, party is resolved to distance itself from you and declare you a persona non grata. And so we'll be very glad about that. If you're a member of our party, we expect you to follow. We think, look in Kenya. The opposition, they are very fruitful in the legislature. Very fruitful in the legislature. Rhoda Wuto, everywhere you have gone, the legislature, like you said, people lost the executive, but they were able to consolidate in the legislature. So we spoke with them, we gave them a very strong advice, and we are very confident with our conversation, particularly with the legislature, particularly with the representative. We are looking up to the caucus chair, and unfortunately, the caucus chair wasn't there. He was very tight with his schedule. We admire him and we trust his leadership. He has assured us with a very strong voice that the legislature will begin to change its working. They will work in unison, and that the party will ensure and provide the necessary leadership so that we can keep the Bwaka regime in check. We can keep the Bwaka regime in check, not for our selfish gain, but for the general good of the Liberian people. The Liberian people believe in us, and we have a responsibility to ensure that the Liberian people take what happened. What happened with the police, who we have a mysterious circumstances surrounding his death. Those are issues that we wrote about today, and we are very concerned. So all those issues have been listed. So the left, I can assure you that in the very soon their approach and their thought will be considered differently with our people, and we call on our partisans. All we ask you for now is support. When we are here, we must consolidate. We must forge together. It's not about time to engage into playing games. You choose sedition. You understand what it is. What has happened. We must focus on the future. The future is greater than our past, and that's why we must we must re-engage, energize our energy in ensuring that the future of our children, the future of our generation, the future of our country is jealously resuscitated and re-energized. And so that's what you have to be thinking positively and inspirationally, ensuring that this country will not retrogress under any circumstances. So what is it? You will not lose an elections. It doesn't in any way mean it's a death sentence. Those of the guys who parading here in making arrogant, I want to assure you, in a not too long distant future, you will get to realize that the CDC understands this game better than anybody. So nobody, we do not need anyone to tutor us. We do not need no one to instruct us. We understand far better than you can imagine. And we can say to you, our people, between us, who know us, people like you who know us, our people, you know and fully aware what we stand to represent and what we're capable. So we will jealously protect your interests, and the necessary measures left to be taken on behalf of you. Don't hesitate. Those decisions will be taken decisively. And that's why I said, even though President Weah is a peaceful person, even though President Weah is peaceful and he admires people, let no one misconstrue him to be a weak person. No one. And I want to point in time that certain things will not be tolerated at his level. People must be responsible. If you say to us, we call it on them. You said all of the things you say here, we have availed ourselves. You preside over the state. Like Jonathan Cody here. Everything you said, we hear. And that's why we haven't taken a step yet. Investigate us. Call on us. You have to we build houses here. You have to we store here, we kill people. You have the state now. You have the state. Proceed and investigate. Because we know exactly whatsoever was said here was a lie seated from the belly of the devil. And very soon, the Liberian people, like I said to you, will not put the Liberian people in panic mode, because very soon you will come under the weight of your incompetence and your inability to govern the state.
Okay, thank you so much for your encouraging time. So that says, but thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, I want to say thank you, AB. You are doing fantastically well.
Thank you.
And we are engaging, and we want to say to our people now, we have done with Lofa County and the Riverina County, we'll be heading for the Southeast, including the president has left the country. You can rest assured he will be in the U.S. for some time, and from the U.S. he will come and will join in the sub-region, and you can assure that the CDC is doing everything frantically well to ensure that your future will be secured, perhaps more than ever before.
Thank you. He's the Secretary General of the CDC there speaking with us right here on his diet. A couple of issues we spoke about, like I highlighted, and before we could place the calls to him. So we have limited time now to go, and your draws will soon be done, especially on the cash giveaway. But let's just pick a few calls as it relates to how the president was treated or so forth. Let's get to this caller quickly. Hello, how are you doing?
Good evening, Ibrahim.
Yeah, good evening, man.
Yeah, I'm happy. Thank you very much for taking me on your body call. Everything relating to our former president, I believe what you're saying, because I'm not yet seeing anything on social media. But based on what you're saying, there's something to go by. Then now I'm challenging the lawmakers, the entire lawmakers, especially my own senator, Brian Darrell Dillon. They let it shine on the way. Because why? The former president is still our leader. He need to be given the respect.
Okay.
Where from now, President Barker will be former. The same respect that what you saying relating to the Constitution should be given to him. And then, all the land of what my own people, Tamakochi was just saying. After like you now, I'm not saying that it should be like citizens should have their own agenda against the president agenda, because based on what he make us to understand is that the legislature always there to push the agenda of the president. The agenda, not negative now.
Yeah, not negative, yeah.
But not negative should be the agenda. So on I like to speak to my big brother, at least when he coming out, then different state.
Okay, thank you, boss, for your contribution. I appreciate that. All right, thank you. So let me get on to the next caller quickly. Right here on this dial, we are certainly getting there. I just happening, and wow, the line is jammed, especially the female line is quite jammed. The women don't want to hear about how we are is being treated. Just what Kiri has said. The female line is quite jammed. Can we put somebody on speaker? Hello. Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, the female line is here, and of course, Atif as well. Let me get on to this one. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't compromise on. How are you doing? Hello? Yeah, hello, please go on quickly. Yeah, quickly, please go on.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel. I call from the U.S.
Yeah, Emmanuel, let's hear from you quickly.
The first thing, Waka knows that President Weah is scared. It's a scared man. And President Weah will not do anything.
Okay.
But I just want to let President Weah know the power he has, the power of the people. He's the biggest opposition leader. All right? Now, if President Weah was speaking, now, things don't come with silence. Things come with action. So President Weah is not doing anything. He's not saying anything. And there is no direction that is. He's giving
Wow. You slip up. Sorry. Hello, how you doing quickly? Next caller quickly. No time. So, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, teacher.
Yeah.
Good evening, teacher.
Yeah.
This is Abraham Yoyo. I'm calling from Seoul.
So, go on, Yoyo, quickly.
Yeah, thank you so much for your talking point today. Yeah, if you know what's happening in our country, it's just sad. It's so sad. When I saw that video today, I was feeling so bad. But, you know, I know what Joseph Baga trying to do. He would not be able to lead his country the right way. So he's looking for a problem. He just want to plunge that country into chaos so they can say, oh, that church, we are, they say you are peaceful, you are peaceful. So we know that tactics. So let the people can wait and relax. They will come up.
Okay. Thank you, boss. Ebi. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, fine. Let's hear from you quickly. Yeah, hello?
My name is Boy Solo, and I'm joining from New York.
Yeah, Solo. Let's hear from you.
We were resting, but I think we need to. I decided to call when I listened to the SG.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm so disappointed with the statement from the SG.
Concerning?
I want to ask them that we're talking about documenting. I can name a couple of presidents like we documenting things and talking about international community. Some of them are dead today, some of them are in jail. Some of those did the same thing. They did the same. And they lead documenting, and at the end of the day, they find themselves different places. We will not sit, you cannot sit there and the kind of form they are treating the former president. Then we say we documenting. We need to push them, and we need to push them that they get accountability and they be able to know that this man is the former president, but respect them. This man respected them. Baga was sick, almost dead, and going to die. They man treated Baga. They man tell him, Baga hungry, he gave Baga food. He never made people that they respected them. And the family, but let me tell you something, Ebi. It's not only Baga doing this thing, if you don't know. Jeremiah Kun is on this because they fear for 2029 that just be able to come and beat them. So they are doing all of these things, the terrorizing that will make it afraid to leave this country, to not be able to come back. That's the game. It's not only Waka, because Waka and children already know the father already bought a property in America, in Ghana, and things like that, what they're able to get. So anytime they do anything, they will leave the country. Maybe those guys are not going to stay over there when their father leave power. This is why they got to do everything. They're getting everything that they can. Those people never give all the chance when we get to power.
All right, so we can do the same. Thank you so much. Let me go to Amos Morris quickly. Yeah, time is almost on the dot. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Garson, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, fine. Please go on quickly.
Yeah, Ebi, you know, I hate to hear people, most especially people that say they are citizens. Oh, President, I don't want to talk, President. I don't want to do that. Come on. What this man endured or went on in 6 years before even becoming president from 2005 to 2017. And this man was not composed, was not a central person, you know, consistent. You know what Liberia was been right now? And yet, President, I don't want to talk. You got a group of people come to power. They clean, they lie. You know, I like the way Kochi closed by saying they said we kill people, we build houses here, they are in power now, then they can't investigate. I like that word. You getting me? Mm-hmm. So this man is considering as the Black King of Africa. You know, like Joseph he said in one of his songs. Our Black King, I dare you to come and touch our Black King. I hate to hear people talking, complaining, oh, President, we are sure. You know what the man went through last 6 months ago? When his life was at stake, when Liberians go rise up against him because of what it looked like for a government to come to power, like the way the United Party came to power. I'm not against the United Party coming to power because of the democracy, but the manner in which the election was held. The current U.S. embassy people are in our country dictating to our government 6 years ago. Where are they right now? With all the calamity going on in the country, and I hear citizen coming on the say, "Oh, President, where are you want to?" What do you want the men to do after the kind of?
All right, Amos. Thank you, Amos, for your contribution. What do you really want you to do? That's the question. Hello, how you doing, man?
Hello, Eddie. This is Lucy. We are calling from Rock Community.
Yeah, let's hear from you quickly, man.
Yeah, Eddie. I don't care what the people do to President we are. I'll always call him my president. They just exposing themselves every day. You know something, you say something, you know something, and then you won't misbehave. For 10 or President we are, you always President we are. He's very homo. Now I want to homo yourself and you will leave you off. When they continue, one day they will find their own thing. Let's help you with them.
Thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. I appreciate that. All right. And let me get on to this one. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, Evie. How are you?
I'm doing fine, boss. Go on. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, I'm Mohammed Sombai, and I call you from the Gambia.
From the Gambia. Let's hear from you, Mohammed.
Yeah. You know, the last time I told you about President Joseph Boakai, I told you, I said, while he was complaining on President Weah, former President Salif, he said he cannot, the woman cannot give him no access, or the woman cannot consult with him because he don't have no idea of governor. You know, the governing of the country is not only go by, let's say, enemyship. Because you take the position, meaning everybody should be your enemy. No. That meant, I told you the last time that the king into power, God only want to test the Liberian people to see if I give you something good and you say you don't want it and you want the bad one, you're going to see the bad one.
Okay.
These people don't love the country. They don't love that country at all. The unity partisan, they don't love that particular country at all. All those people who you see they supporting unity party, they don't love Liberia at all. My brother, if you love Liberia, you will love the citizen of Liberia because you are not president for only the unity partisan. You are president for Liberia. Liberia is for all the Liberians.
You're right.
All Liberians, they are entitled to what you are having. God just gave you the opportunity to sit down there to be a leader because 2 or 5 person cannot be a leader. But one person should be a leader. If God says you are a leader, it doesn't mean that you equal to him. God, no. He just gave you that opportunity. People have said down there before they get that opportunity. They didn't misuse it. If you dare, don't misuse it. The former president, he himself is a place that he can pass there. And when you was not there as a president or as a former vice president, he used to give you that courtesy. He gave you people to guide you. He gave you his own money. You were dying. He gave you his own money. Then why you were denying him from certain things that he's supposed to have? It's a right. That is, it's not privilege. It's a right. He's supposed to have it.
You're right. Because that's right.
Liberia belong to us, my brother. Even the babies today you see that maybe you born then at the top of our tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or after. Years come, they will become president or will become a leader of Liberia.
Thank you so much, my brother, for your contribution. I appreciate and your contribution tonight. And let me get on to this one. The line is quite jammed, especially the female line, to really get. So let me pick last call and then we close. Now I have to get going. Yeah, you see, I'm trying to get you through. Hello, how are you doing? Hello? 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 Wow, hello? Wow. So you see how the line jams like that. Anyway, folks, and thanks to all of you who played. And I know everyone will express the same thoughts about how the president was treated and by Joe Boakai, and which is very much bad. But again, that's life. And so we just bring it to your attention so that you guys can know what's unfolding. And that's it. So I thank to all of you. And those of you who won the cash giveaway tonight, the 2005, don't use it. Keep it and use it tomorrow for the, we have about 25 persons who won tonight now. So I will try my best to make sure that tomorrow when we are back here on the weekend's edition, the 20,000 is up for grabs. Thanks to all of you for the time. Until we are back here, do have a better time. And with Winnie and Nimla, who continues with the cash giveaway tonight. No more money. One is with freedom. Everyone else. Thanks so much for being there. Do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.